All right, folks. I'm pretty sure I'm live, but as always, you know me, I need to check. So, we're talking witchy stuff today. Who's ready? Who's down for it? Because that's where we're going. That's what we're doing. All right. Yes, it says I'm live. Look at that. Amazing, amazing. Okay. Hello. So, full disclosure, I just got off another call. So I'm a little bit like jazzed because I love running calls. I'm very extroverted. I really enjoy speaking with people and getting to know people, but also it makes me a little rashy. My whole chest is red. Isn't that fun? That's why we wear high tops when we have calls. Anyway, so it's the joys of being autistic. So today for our live stream, we are going to be talking about why I decided to cast a spell on my social media. And yeah, so we're diving into the witchy stuff. Let me know in the chat, the comments, whatever, if that's something you're into. If it's not something you're into, then this may not be the stream for you, and that's fine. But I do think it's interesting. I don't know that it's strictly related to autism and ADHD, but it is related to like what I do as a business owner and as a life coach and everything. Um, and that is basically, I just decided I was going to stop speaking to people who didn't want to listen to me, which like feels deeply obvious. I know. Um, of course, you don't want to speak to people who aren't listening to you, but like, I realized I have spent so much time and effort and emotion creating and worrying about content that many people did not even read before responding to. Or if they did read it, they did not care to even try and understand it. I do that too. I'm pale and freckly and thought that was why ADHD here. Well, it's also probably my paleness for sure, but like I react really strongly to getting excited. Any strong emotion, like my whole chest breaks out. It's crazy. Um so I cast a spell on my social media and I can read it to you if you like. I posted it. Well, I posted a version of it. I journaled on it, but I'm not going to read to you directly from my journal um, because that is crossing a boundary with me. Okay, it says, I am casting a love spell, a spell of warding. Dear Internet, I am me, and you do not have to like it. But if you don't, then you are no longer welcome in this space. I am no longer inviting, entertaining, or pleading for love from people who do not see me as a whole person, deeply lovable and deeply flawed. You are invited and welcomed into this space if you seek the destruction of empire and the rise of community, if you accept the light within yourself and the darkness within me, if you love in all its forms, from gentleness and authenticity to grief and rage. May anyone who chooses to remain in this space with me find community, not through compromise, but through collaboration. May we each be our own infinity, joining together to create an even larger infinity. I welcome you if this space is right for you, and if it's not, I send you off with peace. So that is the spell that I cast on my social media. And the reason I did it is because I realized I was trying to earn love from people who didn't want to love me, which is something a lot of us do, right? But I didn't think I did that because my romantic relationships have always been very stable. I had one boyfriend and I married him and I love him and he's great, right? We have a very stable relationship. But and I didn't have a bunch of unstable relationships before that or anything like that, so I guess I just assumed relationships were fine for me. But it turns out um my relationship with social media it can be really toxic. Not because of social media and not because of me, just because I'm replicating my attachment wounds, right? Amen. That is awesome. I have had issues with creepy men on my socials. Not why I am posting. It aggravates me to no end. Yeah, you gotta cast a spell on that shit. You gotta repel those types of people. Not that it's your responsibility. Like they should not be creeping, right? Like it's on them, but we can also do what we can do. I really love in the world of like witchcraft, I love the combination of like faith in the universe and also self-agency. That's something I'm finding a lot of peace in, honestly. Um I lost my train of thought. It'll come back. I'm sorry. Like I said, I just came from another call, so my attention is a little bit split at the moment, which is not good for ADHDers because we're very monotropic. But um, I cast a spell on my social media so that I would stop trying to earn love from people who didn't have any interest in loving me. I just severed that relationship with people who are only there to extract from me and not there to pour back into me. I didn't want people to follow me if they had no intention of ever supporting me in any way. I think I used to think of myself very much as a content creator, where the whole point is to get more followers, to get more sponsorships, to get, you get paid through your content. But I'm not a content creator. I'm a life coach. I don't even know if some of you know that, like, because that's how little I talk about it. I have been behaving like a content creator, like my only job is to make content. But honestly, that's not what I spend most of my time doing. I spend a lot of my time coaching my clients and helping them with their lives. And I love it. I'm really good at it. I really enjoy it. It is so fun. It's the best job I've ever had. And I don't talk about it enough because I've been behaving and pretending that I'm a content creator so that I don't have to be direct about my sales and I don't have to be direct about who I am as a person. I've been hiding basically behind my content, behind my education, which is easy to do because I know a lot of stuff. Right? I'm autism, ADHD, and other forms of neurodivergence, mental health, the concept of the self. These things are my special interests and always have been. And I know a ton of stuff about it, and I'm always so happy to educate other people. But I'm noticing more and more there are so many people in my audience and in my community online who are completely uninterested in actually learning from me. They just want me to reinforce what they already think. And I'm not super interested in doing that. I'm just not. I want to challenge what people think. I think my favorite content creators have challenged what I've thought. And I've come to really appreciate most of them. Some of them I unfollowed because it turns out they weren't right for me. And some of them I've become like really like a mega fan of because they've just changed my life by opening my eyes to so much stuff. And so I don't want you to think like, oh, this YouTube channel is going to stop being educational. That's not true. I absolutely am going to keep creating content here on here on YouTube and also on Instagram. But it is going to change a little bit. Oh, just joined. Hi, hello. So it is going to change a little bit because I'm here to help people who want to be helped and to help people who want to learn. I'm not here to get into like internet shouting matches with people who don't want to listen to me, right? So I think I'm just setting better boundaries, I think, on social media and online, which is something my therapist has been trying to get me to do for like a year now. I think she's going to be really proud of me when we meet next week. I think she's going to be like, wow, you cast a spell on your socials? Really? Like that is a boundary. And I'm like, I know. So I'm really excited for that session. I think that'll go really well and we'll have a lot to talk about. But I think my intention moving forward with this YouTube channel and with my Instagram is that I want you to know about ways to work with me. I want you to be aware that, like, yeah, right now I have 4 one-on-one coaching spots that are open. And I'm super happy to like work with you and talk to you. And I want to be super open and transparent about my costs too. Like it's $2,000 to work with me for 12 weeks. Boom, done. Like I'm not going to hide that or slip that in or sneak it in or make you book a call with me to figure that out. Like I'm not interested in doing that anymore. I'm not interested in hiding the fact that I'm a life coach as if I'm ashamed of it because I've had mixed feelings about life coaching over the years. Like I used to think it was basically unethical therapy. It was what rich assholes did to avoid going to real therapy. And now I know that that's like not what life coaching is. At all. It's, I'm a lived experience guide. I guide people through their lived experience using my own. And yeah, are our lived experiences going to be exactly the same? No, of course not. But are we going to have enough overlap that I can help guide you? Yeah, I think so. I think for a lot of people I can. And so this YouTube channel won't just become like a way for me to sell my coaching, but I will talk about my coaching more often, and I'll talk about what other clients have gotten out of coaching with me, and we'll just make sure that I'm not like sneaking sales in or something like that. I want to be transparent. I want to be open and honest with you guys about what it is I do. Like, I don't just create YouTube videos. I create all kinds of content, but I also coach people and I run coaching programs and I have a whole membership. Like, do you guys even know about that? Like, have I even told you about the membership? It's pay what you can, starting at $3 a month, and you get so much stuff. Like, I just don't even talk about the stuff I offer half the time, which is such a waste and also really disingenuous and non-transparent, and I don't want to like be that way anymore. I think for a long time I was hiding my sales, my services, my products because, or like just throwing them in the description real quick or something like that. I was hiding because I didn't want people to see the real me. Because I don't even know who the real me is most of the time. Like, let's be honest. Let me know in the chat if you're also like the queen or king or deity of identity crises. I don't even know who I am half the time. I'm a deeply inconsistent person. And that can be really scary on the internet, where people can be like, look, like 2 months ago, you said the exact opposite. And it's like, well, yeah, that was 2 months ago. I was a completely different person then. I'm a Gemini. Can you tell? Anyway, um, so it can be scary to be yourself on the internet when yourself changes a lot, because people tend to point out inconsistencies and can be kind of harsh or mean or rude. And also, I've spent a lot of my life hiding my real feelings, my real identity, my real identity. It makes it sound like I'm some sort of like superhero with like a mask or something. I'm not, but I am autistic and I do mask, and it feels like very few people have gotten to know the real me and to know how I really feel about stuff. And the internet is such a beautiful place where I get to be myself to a certain degree. And I haven't been doing that. I've been using it as another place to mask. And I like don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to mask on the internet constantly. And yeah, I don't look directly at camera. I let myself look away and I hem and haw and I stim and I do all of this stuff on the internet. And that is me being partially unmasked. But a big part of the unmasking process for me is like being emotionally vulnerable, I guess, and like allowing myself to be goofy and silly, but also serious and sad and angry. A place where my anger feels safe is a really safe space for me, because my anger has always kind of been an emotion that I'm not supposed to or allowed to feel. So anyway, I cast a spell on my social media because I'm setting boundaries, because I'm no longer speaking to people who don't want to listen, because I'm a little bit witchy and I believe in the power of intentions and in the power of energetics. I believe in that. And I think it's already working. It's already working, this spell that I cast on my socials. Like, I've had fewer weird, yeah, I don't know, weird comments or mean comments. I've had more really positive comments. I've had lots of shares and stuff. So I think it's working. And I think I've been doing the anxious avoidant push pull thing with my social media audience for a long time, where it's like, I love you, don't leave me, or I hate you, don't leave me, right? Where it's like, I try and try and try to earn their love, and it doesn't work because I'm specifically going after people who are emotionally unavailable for me. I know the outcome. And I'm doing it anyway because I don't actually want them to turn around and say yes and to love me, even though that's what I say I want, right? Because if they actually love me, then that's just potential energy for disappointment when they finally understand the real me and understand what a mess I am, right? That's attachment trauma. That's how that works. And I know that I am a person worth knowing and worth loving. But when I get into these subconscious patterns like I have with social media, my attachment trauma comes back out and starts directing the show. And that's just not what I wanted anymore. I decided to take back the reins. Like me, conscious in the present Megan has decided to be in charge of how I interact with social media. And I've just decided I'm not available for people who refuse to engage with what I'm saying and would rather just tear people down or be intentionally ignorant. Like that's not the person I'm trying to convince anymore. Instead, I'm just reaching out to people who want to love me, who want to not even love me. That's not what social media is for. I have love in my real life, you know? Like I don't need likes and validation. I mean, I do, but I'm working on needing it less. Um and I think instead I'm reaching out to people who want to see my content, who want to see me succeed, who want to see me be happy, who want to see me make money. And even if they can't pay me, they're happy to recommend me to a friend. They don't think I'm a fraud or a con man or a villain. I'm not talking to people who think I'm a fraud or a con man or a villain. I used to talk to those people and like try to convince them of my worth. What a waste of fucking time, right? What a waste of time and energy. I'm not doing it anymore. If you think that life coaching is a scam, please just go unsubscribe. Please. I don't care if my content's helpful to you. You're no longer welcome in this space because in addition to being a content creator, I am a life coach. And I think life coaching can, like certain life coaches can be unethical in how they do it for sure. But at the same time, like I don't think the profession itself is inherently unethical, you know? I think there are so many really brilliant life coaches out there and I would count myself amongst some of the good ones. And I love what I do. I think I really help people. So if you're looking for a life coach, I do have 3 one-on-one or no, sorry, 4 one-on-one spots available. Let me no. There we go. I do have some spots available. So go ahead and book a discovery call. It's $15, but that is only to ensure that you actually show up. That is not my usual coaching rate. I usually charge $200 an hour, or if you want to do a 12-week package, you can get a bit of a discount. That's $2,000 for 12 weeks. So the $15 is for the discovery call is just to help make sure you show up. It actually comes with a coupon for the shop for $15, you know, so it's basically free, but I just have a hard time when people cancel last minute. So I try to institute things to help encourage people to show up for their calls. So if you want to work with a life coach who is autistic, who is ADHD, and who has been learning about the brain and the self for years now, and has a lot to share, both from lived experience and from research, I might be your person. So I'm definitely going to talk about my coaching more on here, but also still create content. I just wanted to thank you all too for your incredible support of my most recent video about executive dysfunction, like 3 signs you might be dealing with it, and then 3 solutions. That was my first ever sponsored YouTube video. And part of the contract that I signed with this particular brand was that if the video didn't hit a certain number of views by a certain time frame, I would, you know, be contractually obligated to make another video for free in order to help them get the views that they were paying for basically by sponsoring me. And I knew we were probably going to hit the views no problem. And we did, like by far. It was no problem. But I was really nervous. I was just really nervous, and you guys really showed up and supported me, and I hope you're enjoying X Tiles. I really love X Tiles, actually. Like, I know it's a sponsored video and they reached out to me and that's how I found X Tiles, but like I use them all the time. I literally just used them for a presentation I just did right before this call. Like, I genuinely really enjoy it and it just clicks with my brain in a way that Notion never has. Um, so anyway, hello everybody. I see there's like 10 of you watching. Hi. I cast a spell on my social media to try to set boundaries and make sure that people who were dedicated to misunderstanding me no longer followed me or interacted with me. I cast a spell so that I would attract people who want to pay me, who want to work with me, who want to support me, who want to be there for me. And do you guys want to know how I cast the spell? Do you guys, anyone curious about all of that? Let me know. What do you want me to chat about when it comes to this? Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. But what do you guys want to know about the whole casting a spell on your social media thing? Like, do you want to know how I did it? Do you want to know why I did it? Like where I started versus how it's going now? I don't know about voodoo. I think that might be a closed practice. I'm white, and from the US, and before that, my ancestors are from Germany. I think voodoo might be a closed practice to me. I could be wrong. Just make sure before you engage in any magical practices, make sure it's an open practice that you're allowed to engage in. There are certain closed practices that are specific to certain cultures and certain peoples. We just want to be very respectful with our magic, right? So with that in mind, let me go ahead. Basically, I got out a candle. I chose white because I was going for renewal, right? Going for openness and clarity of expression, right? I was going for clarity and renewal, and white felt like the right candle for that. So I lit a white candle. I picked a couple of crystals. So let me grab them. Hold on. Oof. So I have this like quartz amplifier, right? Okay, I can't reach the other ones. I'll just have to tell you about them. Sorry. But I had a quartz like tower, and then I had a round rose quartz sphere, and then I had a whatchamacallit, an aqua aura quartz, and the aura basically just means there's metallic bits in it, which make it like kind of reflective and holographic looking. So the rose quartz is all about love, and aqua aura quartz is about psychic protection. So basically, I lit my white candle and I set up my crystals. I was on a call with some friends too, and trying to bless there and cast a spell on their social media as well. And then I just journaled for like 20 minutes and I just wrote about my intentions. I pulled a card from one of my favorite oracle decks, the Mary Magdalene deck. So I don't really consider myself Catholic anymore, but that deck is powerful. Like, that is a good deck. Okay, at least for me, it really, really matches with what I need. Yes to all. Awesome. Cool. Love the idea of changing energy. Yeah, Melanie, absolutely. So I lit the candle, I got my crystals, I journaled, and in the journaling, let me pull it up. Like I said, I'm not going to read to you directly from my journal, but like, yeah, here we go. Okay. Catching up. I love that wording. Yeah. Into gemstones, cutting and polishing, but not the chakra side, but I'm open. Yeah. I wrote about how my devices are energetic homes for my creations. They are extensions of me and my brain and my soul, and therefore they deserve protection just like I do. I just wrote, I will be, I will be, I will be. Nothing could make me cease. No one outside of me holds that power because I will no longer give it to them. It rests with me alone. A lot of witchcraft for me, and like I said, I'm very new to this, super new. Baby witch, right? A lot of it, though, that I'm understanding is about a very gentle combination of agency and faith. Recognizing that you can't control everything, but that you can control some things, right? And I think that's been really powerful for me. I think especially as like someone who's been through trauma, because trauma really takes away your agency. It makes you feel like you have no power because in that moment you didn't. But it can train you over time. Trauma can train you to think that you don't have agency over any moment because the moment where you didn't have agency follows you everywhere, right? And so reclaiming my agency has been such a powerful journey for me. Like really cool and really powerful. My business has been a huge part of doing that. Witchy stuff has been a huge part of doing that. Coaching, I have coaches and they've been a huge part of that. Being a coach has taught me a lot. I want to take a second. I'm just feeling inspired. I want to take a second and just appreciate everything. You ever just have those moments where you're like, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm sitting in my beautiful office, looking at my beautiful crystals, talking to this beautiful community. And I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to be alive and safe, but also to be happy and fulfilled. That's crazy. So yeah, I just want to take a minute and be thankful for you all. So thanks for being here. Whew. Y'all just ever get like waves of gratitude like that where it's like, oh, yeah, life is really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get waves the other direction too, but I always try to take a moment and really focus when I have those gratitude waves because it's like I want to feel this in my body. I want to ingrain it in this moment. I want to make sure I appreciate my appreciation, if that makes sense. Absolutely. I used to do a lot of doom scrolling around neurodiversity. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, I know I've only been on for like 27 minutes, but if there's no questions, I feel like I've gone over everything there is to go over about casting a spell on my social media. When I go to work and feel people's positive energy. Yes. Yes. I love that. Let me know, do you have questions about witchy stuff, about neurodivergence, especially autism and ADHD? Do you have questions about oh my goodness, my brain. Questions about social media or my business? If you have any questions about working with me one-on-one, you can email me. There we go. Megan at the Neurocuriosityclub.com. That is my email. Please feel free to email me with any questions at all, but especially if you have questions about working together. I have 4 one-on-one spots available. I am thinking about offering a bonus to people who sign up before October, just because I know there's a lot of people on the fence, and I'm wondering if like maybe I should just reward people who decide to take the leap, you know? So if you're interested, let me know. I have to think about what kind of bonus I want to give, what I want to do. But we'll come up with something. Anybody have questions? Let's see. So I always try to send that energy to the people whose stories I'm watching. Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love that. Okay. It's only 12:30. I'm super happy to keep chatting if y'all have questions, but I am kind of tapped. I did a really cool class right before this, and I'm kind of starting to run out of steam. So I am probably gonna skedaddle, but if there's questions, I'm super happy to answer them. So I'll give you guys just a minute to put your questions in the chat if you've got them. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking for something while I wait for y'all to type. Thank you for sharing. Do you use any water for that spell? I didn't think to use water. Do you think I should have? I'm still new. Like, what would that have added? I'm super curious. Would love an update if the spell works. It seems to be working really well so far. Like, I'm really bringing in so many people who seem really aligned with me and my business and my goals and my values. And I'm having fewer and fewer comments from people who just don't understand me. Hyperfixated on my thoughts to learn. Should I just go with it? Maybe. Yeah. I mean, so you're hyperfixated not on the topic, but on your own thoughts about the topic. That sounds like something twisty that would happen to me, so I get that. Um, yeah, I say lean into it for a couple of days and see if it starts to like get more intense or less intense. Sometimes if we lean into our hyperfixations, they actually start to like chill out, which is nice. But other times we lean into it and it just gets like even more out of control. So if that's the case for you, I would like maybe start talking to a coach or a therapist about like not that coaches and therapists are interchangeable, they are different, but depending on what you're looking for, reach out to a helping professional about how to manage your thoughts so that you feel like you're the one with agency, not like they're the ones controlling you, you know? Oh, around autism and how the self works. Yeah, 6 weeks now. Yeah, I think lean into it, learn what you can, be excited about it, just allow yourself to be passionate, you know? Do you have tips on a consistent journal habit? No. I'm reading The Artist's Way, and you're supposed to write 3 pages every single day. I've actually been doing pretty well. Um, so this is my September journaling so far. Like, that's crazy. That's more than I've written in so long. But I think persistence is often more helpful than consistency. I think trying to be consistent when you have ADHD is often a battle not worth fighting because consistency isn't the end goal, it's just a vehicle. The end goal is, you know, the thing you actually want to do. So sometimes there are other tools that will get us there better than consistency, like fun or novelty or urgency. Like these are the kinds of vehicles that tend to work better with ADHD brains. So if I started a journal, remembering would be hard. Yeah, that's why I've got like 8 journals out right now. They're all just staring at me. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that helps or not, but it's kind of nice just knowing I've got paper at my fingertips whenever I need it. All right, guys, my brain's starting to get fuzzy, so I am going to go relax, maybe turn on a YouTube video, maybe even take a nap. So I'm going to skedaddle, but thank you all for being here. Thank you for being interested in me casting a spell on my social media. If you would like to work with me, I'm going to drop that discovery call link one more time. So go ahead and book a discovery call with me and see if we can work together. Cost is $2,000 for 12 weeks, and I would love to work with you. So get rest. Thank you again for this. Of course. Thank you so much for coming. All right. Bye, guys.